All right, what's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the Jim of All Trades channel. Glad you made it by. My name's Jim. I'm a crypto trader and a Forex trader. Here to help you understand the market from an Elliott wave perspective. If you're new here, Elliott wave theory, guys, is a theory from a guy that looked at the charts 100 years ago and saw fives and threes all over the place. He put them together and saw repeatable patterns in the market. I don't have time to deep dive into that, but that's where we're coming from. We're going to look at the wave structure and see if we can come up with what the market's doing today. Guys, we're going to give you a Bitcoin update. Let's jump into the analysis this morning. Don't forget, guys, none of this is financial advice. I'd never do that. I'm not a financial advisor. Just a guy looking at the charts from a perspective through a lens of fives and threes, and I'm going to tell you what I'm seeing, okay? All right, so let's just zoom out. Sorry, guys, about Sunday night charts. I was at a wedding this weekend, and then I was going to do it last night, Tuesday night charts, and guess what? I sat down, talked to my wife for a little bit. She got up and left. I crashed. I literally fell asleep. And next thing I know, I woke up and it was 1 a.m. So anyway, with that said, I did not get Tuesday night charts done. So anyway, hey, chill. The market always comes back. Anyway, if you want to mug like that, guys, you can go to my bonfire down in the description. It's pretty pricey, but it's a pretty awesome mug. It fills about 14 ounces or so. Anyway, pretty nice coffee mug there. All right, shameless plug. Not really. I don't ever plug that. All right, let's look at the market here and see what's going on, okay? All right, from an LUA perspective, looking at the macro here, guys, I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You look at, if you go to the weekly chart, you have all kinds of divergences, which we've been talking about on this channel for quite a while. All those divergences letting us know we're reaching a top. And we have 5 waves. You've got the RSI telling us, hey, there's a good chance we're done. Is the top in? Well, there's nothing certain. I think no, the top is not in for Bitcoin as long as Bitcoin's going to be around for ages and forever. And there are scenarios in this world, guys, that says Bitcoin won't be around, but more than likely Bitcoin's here to stay. But has it topped? No. It's probably going to go to $500,000 in the next couple of years. But first, guys, I think we have a hit down to 40K potentially. I've been talking about this hit to 50K for quite a while. I do have targets at 145 near term if it should go up again. But for now, I'm seeing this wave as very bearish, and it's confirming itself. We have a local break of the trend right there on the local trend lines, and then we have a larger time frame trend line that we're coming to. Potential bounce at 85K range, 80 to 85. Shoot, I'd say the range between 80,000 to 86,000 is the range I would expect a bounce if we don't get a bounce between now and then. So that's what I'd be watching for. Now, it doesn't mean a forever bounce, and that doesn't mean a bounce up to 150K or higher necessarily. It just means that I think the wave is calling for a bounce around that zone based on this trend line. It could play around here for a bit and then roll over and get to that 50K target that I've been talking about. This area right here, right there is an extremely important area on the chart. It's a very, very strong area of support. So I would expect if price makes it down here, and is very likely it will, if price goes down there, now whether it goes down like I've drawn it, that's another story. But if price gets down here, this is a major area between 50 and 60K that I'm like, hey. And then if we add the 40K range, just to give it an area to wick, because we know how crypto works, we know how crypto moves. It can pick up speed, and if it starts going down there quick, it could go down there wick really fast and V-shaped recovery right back. So it'll go tag 40K. I wouldn't be surprised to see it do that. Now, what would that wave structure be? What are we looking at if something like that happens? So let's talk about that. Basically, where I think we are as far as the wave structure is concerned is that we have, I mean, the best I can say here is we have a flat there and a 3-wave move there. Okay, so that's your A wave and that's your B wave. Now, there's some of you are like, well, what's A wave and B wave and whatever. If you're new to Elliott wave, you got to do a deep dive into it, guys. It's I've got a playlist on my channel where I teach Elliott wave theory in an easy way. You can go check out the Trading Night School. It's a free playlist. It's old, but it's there. If you want to learn Elliott, it's there for you. So if you want to come and be in a group where we talk about these things and we apply Elliott wave theory, and I have a whole course available for you. You come on into the Discord, and we'll get you going in the course. But it's definitely worth at least understanding. So yeah, we got an A wave here. We got a B wave, and then looking for C. Now C should be 5 waves. Okay, so I need 5 waves to develop. I don't have 5 waves. I've got a 1, 2. That means we're in wave 3 right now. 4 or 5. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Something like that. And that's how we get down to the 50K target, something like that. And that would be a flat, and that would be a pretty elongated and pretty extended flat. So that's one idea. We'll talk about it. That's if it's going to go straight down, if it's going to go down with speed. Now, if they want to take time, with this, what they could do is we could bounce around 75 to 80K, which is this area, this zone on the chart right there. We can bring that box down right there, something like that. We could bounce around there, bring the C wave here to finish. Okay, wouldn't be my favorite thing in the world, but it could be. Depends on what's going on here, because this could be a diag. They could make a diag here, something like that. Now, if that happens here, we'd finish. There'd be 5 waves, A, B, C, finished, and that would be right there. That would be the A wave of a larger move. I would expect to see some kind of a 3-wave move back to the upside, followed by another 3-wave move to the downside, or probably 3 waves. And that's where we get down to those deeper targets. And you can see, if we zoom out just a little bit, you can see that this would take us right there. That process. This could, in fact, this could be a little. Let me draw this a little bit bigger here to give you a more definitive time frame to think about. Draw it a little bit more elongated. There we go. Something like that. That would take us to 2027, 2028 time frame. It could go even longer than that. In other words, this area right here is, you notice all the oscillation in this area, right? All the price oscillation. Because after a move like this, there are going to be people looking to buy the dip and go. They're going to be looking for people to continue going short. So they're going to work this range both up and down for quite a while. In fact, that I've just drawn right there would take us to March of 2027, just the way I've drawn it. In other words, it would be oscillating up and down, collecting liquidity until the final hit to the low, taking out all the liquidity before the final move to the upside. And that's what I'm expecting. Something like that, where this entire move is a wave 1, and this move right here would be some kind of wave 2 of a macro scale. Looking at the 2-week chart, that would set us up for the third wave that's going to start somewhere in the vicinity of 2030 or 2029, 2030, where this just takes off and it never stops. In other words, it goes like the S&P has gone for the last 100 years, just straight up. Right, and so that's when Bitcoin is going to take off, and that's when the market cap is going to be allowed. Money is going to be able to come into this market, because it'll be flowing out of every other market. Right, so we have to have a crypto winter first, and we also, in my opinion, and a market winter. Like all markets need to crash, then the money needs to flow out of the traditional markets and then flow in. All that money needs to be transferred out of the markets, pumping gold and silver to skyrocket, and that's what I think is coming. And then the money has to move out of gold and silver back into something else, and that's where crypto is going to just go through the roof. So my thinking is that we're about to have this time of massive down move with Bitcoin. However, we're more than halfway done the first move. There should be a rebound, more than likely. I can't guarantee that rebound comes, but there should be a rebound of some kind before we hit 50K. So I don't think we're going straight to 50K. Even though I'm calling for targets like that, I think it's more likely that it's going to take years to get down there, and we're going to have years of sideways, I imagine, if this wave is doing what I think it's doing. Now, that's on the presupposition that I'm right in what I'm saying to you. I don't know if I'm right or not. I'm offering a concept and some analysis based on wave structure that we normally see in the market. This middle wave can take any number of shapes, and there's no way for me to predict it. We're just looking for 3. Okay, so we're looking for this first wave to finish, and then we're looking for 3. So that's kind of where we are, guys. And my take on this, I don't know how this wave is going to end up taking shape. As far as the final shape of this wave, I can't predict it. But what we want to see, let me see if I can just clear the chart out. There we go. What we want to see in this current trend, and this is what you need to know for now. We're looking for 5 waves in this C wave. We're looking for 5, okay? And right now, all we have is 1, 2. Okay, we're in the middle of the 3rd wave. So now there are a number of shapes that could be made, but we're looking for the 3rd wave. I want to see that finished down here somewhere, probably 4 and 5, something like that. It doesn't have to go that deep, but certainly the way this wave is taking shape, that would be my basic idea. I'm looking for something like that, guys. And so I wouldn't be surprised to see us to make it down. The first target zone, again, is that larger trend line about between 80 and 85K. That's the first target zone I'm watching for a significant bounce. The secondary, that's a trend line bounce. Okay, so that's what I'm expecting to see is a trend line bounce. Let me zoom out just a little bit. Put that back on the screen there. This trend line right there, okay. The first zone that I'm looking for a bounce is right there. Second zone would be the top of this wave, bottom of that wave, if it wants to get froggy and get deeper, okay? And that would be the second area on this first move down, which would be about 70, 72, 72K range, 73, 75K range in this zone here. It's just a zone. It doesn't the price target doesn't have to be perfect, right? But the bottom of this wave would be, 74. So yeah, just below it, 72, 73K would be, I would expect to see that stronger support than this first one. And then the strongest support on the chart at this moment right now, up here in this range is my 50K support. Okay. Top of this wave, bottom of that wave, all this area right here. That's the strongest support until we get down to, the next support after that, guys, as far as price support is 20K. That's the next zone. So there's your support and resistance map. How price moves on that, it'll move in waves. My guess is going to do something like this. Okay, and then go. So this is what I'm thinking. Maybe it doesn't have to do that, but this is the way I'm thinking about it. I know a lot of you are looking for it just to go up here. It totally could. I'm not here to say it can't. As far as the wave structure is concerned, I'd have to reinterpret this as this would no longer be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It would be something else. It would be more like a 1, 2, 1, 2. The only problem with calling that a 1, 2, 1, 2 is the proportionality of the wave. It doesn't make sense. In fact, this 1, 2 should be much larger. So I guess one thing you might say, and I know some of you are wanting to say, well, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The only problem with that count is this wave right here, the COVID dump. It doesn't allow for the 3rd wave to have 5 waves. You got to go 1, 2. What are you doing with this? 3, 4, 5. That's what you got to do with it. And that means you only have 1, 2, 3. You don't have a 4. So that's the problem. That's why this is 1, that's 2. All of this is 3. There's 4. This is 5. And so here's the end of a 5-wave. That's 5-wave move. So that entire 5-wave move is wave 1, looking for wave 2. It should be fairly shallow. I think 40, 50K is my bottom. It doesn't mean it can't go lower. It's just that's kind of where I think price needs to hold for the next run up where we just go to the moon and we just go and we never stop. Okay. Now that doesn't mean Bitcoin is going to go because it's increasing in value necessarily. It just means that the dollar is going to be dying and in the death throes by that time, if not dead already. And that's going to be the time everything is moving over to the new system. So right now we're in the process of moving over to a digital age. They're doing it, guys. They are moving us to digital. They are doing it. Now, is it going to be crypto as we know it? Probably not. We're in the wild west of crypto right now. A lot of these alts need to die. I know a lot of you are looking for an alt season. I don't know that you're going to get it. You could get it, and I might be wrong on this, but at the end of the day, um, I think a lot of these alts are going to die. What's going to be left, what's going to rise out of the ashes of a crypto winter that I've been kind of calling for quite a while, is death to all these crypto, and then rising out of the ashes is a new banking system. Probably Ethereum and Solana and XRP. Things like that are going to rise to the surface, and all the money is going to be transferred out of these and into those, and it's going to pump those markets, and you're going to see the pump you've been waiting for years. So is the pump coming? Yeah, it's coming, but not in the way you expect it. The market usually goes where you want it to go, just not in the way you expect it. So my take is that we are now currently in the first wave of a three-wave move to the downside. There is a chance, if this goes fast and furious to 50K, that there's a chance that is the only correction you're going to get. You could get a V-shaped recovery off 50K going up to the moon from there. I don't think that's the case. I don't think the wave structure supports that very, very well. But what do you think in the comments? Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. Well, guys, there's my analysis. That's my wave structure analysis for Bitcoin. More down coming, guys. There's more down. 91K, and Bitcoin is not the bottom, in my opinion. I do see a potential local bounce here, but look for targets around 80 to 86K would be my first area, and then 70 to 75K is my second area to watch for this first wave to finish. If it gets down to 50K in this wave, that's pretty. That's a buy the dip zone for sure. I mean, that's I'm really bullish in that moment. So anyway, all right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for stopping by. Hit the like and subscribe if you're not subscribed for more rational technical analysis, guys. We don't buy the hype, guys, and we don't FOMO. We're not greedy. We just play the waves as they come. We understand wave structure. We understand how the market moves in waves, and we ride them. So if you want to learn how to do that, come on and join the channel. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.